How y'all doing? This is B. Neverland, back with another video message. Today's message is titled, Knowledge Should Be Increased. In plain old words, we've forgotten God. Let's just come right out and say it. We have forgotten God as a nation, as a global world. As the nation and as the world, we have forgotten God. Our money is God. Our cars are God. Our success is God. We engulf our egos with likes and subscribers as a way to pat ourselves on the back and even feel love, especially in these times of isolation. We look for some sort of acceptance from society to feel like we're in the crowd, the in crowd, we're up with the Joneses, like they would say. Nobody wants to feel left behind. No one wants to feel left out. In terms of technology and the latest happenings, relying on notifications to start your day and not on your need the Lord for giving you another day and asking the Lord to prepare your day. It's to the point now where they shove a whole bunch of technology down our throats now. So the technology is supposed to substitute for a human being. There's no more interaction. We can no longer sit in front of another human being and have an outright conversation or discuss anything of importance because it's all consolidated into technology, into computers, into mobile devices, into 5G. This is the reason 5G was created. 5G was created to connect our brains and the frequencies of these computers. So therefore, they'll be able to manipulate our brains. They'll be able to manipulate our bodies and use our bodies to do their deeds. It's far-fetched. That sounds like a sci-fi movie. Remember I said predictive programming? They knew this already. So now is the time to release it. But they're dropping it on us slowly with this thing. This thing is the ultimate mask to do everything that they've been wanting to do for centuries. This is the ultimate chance. The lifetime, chance of a lifetime. The opportunity of a lifetime has struck, and they are pouncing on it. They're not going to allow this to get out of their grasp. And you see Biden is salivating. He loves it. Virtual reality is the new way of communication to uphold peace and safety. In the Bible, the Lord said in the end times, when they say peace and safety, then shall come sudden destruction. So remember that, because it will be used a lot in these times, whether it comes down to countries making deals, when they're talking about all the restrictions and all the violations and all the rights that are going to be taken out of the Constitution, all the rights that are going to be taken away from us unawares, and all the new laws that'll be slipped under the covers, we are under the phrase of peace and safety, because they're trying to uphold peace in the nation and they're trying to keep us safe. But remember, the Lord had already pre-warned us of these times. It's a money grab, y'all. It's a money grab. Everybody got their hands in the pot except for us. We are the ones that are making that pot fatter for them because we keep falling in line. If we don't fall in line, then their plans start to get rocky, and now they have to reconstruct, and now they have to call an audible. But if we just fall in line and knowing there's no pushback, smooth sailing. But the question is, what can we do about it? What can we do about it? Physically, there's nothing we can do about it. But spiritually, we can move mountains. Brothers and sisters, don't you realize the power that the Lord granted us? That if we all come together as one and in one accord, all praying to the Father, you know how powerful that is? That will break the gates of hell wide open. That would just shake, and there'll be an earthquake in hell. Maybe on earth, the demons will be so terrified and be so petrified. They be on guard. They'll be on watch. We'll have them on notice. But we are on notice because we're so vulnerable. We're so fragile in the spirit. Nobody wants to go beyond. Nobody wants to research, and nobody wants to open the Bible. The Bible is full of jewels, full of riches, it's full of rewards. It's full of hurt. It's full of pain. The Bible is a mirror. The Bible, you don't read the Bible reads you. And then it gives you the results of who you are. And once you realize who you are, that's when you start walking with the Bible even more, because now it becomes your weapon. It becomes your weapon. You can never master the Bible because the Bible is the word of God. It is the mind of God. It is the power of God. It is the spirit of God. And to have that power at our grasp is just awesome. But a lot of us, all of us, don't take advantage because we care not. We wish to live for the fantasy. We live for the now and not look and see what the Lord has planned for our futures, what the Lord has planned for our souls. With the innovation of AI, the technology has just took over the planet. Literally, it's taken over the planet. And it's most certain that Daniel knew this as well. In Daniel 12, verse 4, the Lord tells Daniel, who says, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end, which is now. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. We run to and fro all the time. Airwaves through 5G, through 4G, 3G, satellites, airwave. We're running to and fro. And then if you want to say physically, we're doing that through our air transportation and our trains and our boats and you name it. We're doing all types of things that those people back in those times could only have visions of and dreams of. We are now experiencing all of the prophecies that the prophets prophesied in those days. All those dreams and visions that they had that was undescribable, that used to make them fall to the ground and used to have them grieved in the spirit because the thoughts and the dreams were just so mind-boggling and just something that was just unheard of, just ridiculous, like utterly mind-blowing. And here we are in the most bizarre, mysterious, evil, corrupt, violent, brutal, perilous time in world history. And this was prophesied, I would say, more than 3,000 years ago. The point is, we're here now. And with AI and 5G and everything else they throwing at us, they're securing their plans and they're reassuring all of their agendas with technology. Technology is what's keeping us confounded. Technology is what has us confined, what has us entrapped in the web of deceit. I believe there was a movie named Web of Deceit. I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, they always throw stuff at us from the past to mock us. But we are in the web of deceit currently with the Prince of the Air taking reign on this earth. The Prince of the Air is what the Lord called him. And when you think about it, 5G and satellites, all these things, they take place in the air. It's all airwaves, broadcasting, cast a broad spell. That's what broadcasting is. You cast a spell through a broad range of people, through the masses. You can cast spells through the masses to a multitude of people. He rules the air. That's why there's so much junk in the galaxy. And these so-called space stations, they say that. No one knows for sure. But again, AI will have you believe these things. And it's on pace to have every human being connected to 5G. 5G and AI are the web of society. It chooses to entangle each and every one of our brains and our souls into their technology. And it's happening right before our eyes. Subtly, each year, each decade, AI has gotten better and better and bigger and faster and more stronger. Now AI is to the point where it no longer needs a programmer. It's programming itself. It's coming with its own programs. It's making its own agendas. It's causing its own narratives throughout society. So we are following the ways of the cyber world. We're in the cyber world. We're in a virtual reality. We are in the Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. Because of the fact that they love to keep their citizens safe. They love to keep the world safe. Now all of a sudden there's a coin shortage. I can't get that. A coin shortage. All types of things are occurring. Mysterious things are disappearing and are appearing. Things that have never happened before in society, in history, in the world history, are happening now in less than 6 months. Now there's a coin shortage. So now what that means is everything has to be digitally transactions. Nothing but digital transactions. In certain European nations,
as a whole.
They don't accept cash. They already have a
in Sweden,
cashless society.
it's definitely lower and lower.
While an estimated 55% of US consumer payments are made with cash, in Sweden that number is now down to 41%.
I believe countries like Switzerland, India's cashless, I believe China's cashless, and everybody's following suit. Because it goes according to the plan. It goes according to the grand scheme. So if we go cashless, guess what? All of our finances are tracked. No more dollars, no more spending where you choose to spend. Now they have to have tabs and they have to have monitor and surveillance on every purchase that is made. Why? For control. They want to feel as though they're in control of our lives. They're in control of everything. They want it to the point where we are existing and we are depending totally and fully upon the government. And then our capitalist system becomes socialist. And then from socialist, it descends right down to communism. The hell of all society lifestyles. We are in the end times. So, knowing this, we have to stand strong in the faith of the Lord, because this is our only weapon. We can't fight these rulers of the darkness of this world with our bare hands. We'll get destroyed. We'll get shredded to pieces. But once we go before our God and He gives the okay to His angels to thrash the demons with their swords. Now, we become conquerors. We become conquerors because we walk and stand by our God, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, soon to come. Listen, the levees are giving way. It's coming off the hinges. It's hanging from a thread, literally coming apart off the seams. You know, the first lockdown was to fortify 5G in every quarter of the cities and every residential district of the neighboring suburban areas. You notice how there was more and there's more construction going on? There's more construction going on in Massachusetts towns and cities in the last 6 months than the Big Dig project itself. Just like how we have smartphones and smart TVs, smart watches, smart this, smart that. They're building a smart city. I'm sure most of us all are aware that these devices labeled smart are surveillances and tracking and monitoring devices. Our TVs are not only watching us, but the feds are watching us as well. The feds admitted it. They said that smart TVs are susceptible to being monitored by hackers, quote unquote hackers, as if they're not the main ones. From its built-in cameras and microphones. But yet, we salivate at the latest smart devices. So what do you think the new cities and the towns are going to have in place? And now 5G is being glamorized by major cell phone companies. They're making this thing look precious and beautiful. You've seen it. I don't want to name no names, but I'm sure you've seen that commercial. It plays every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. Just conditioning, pounding. Till you run out and get it. Because you look at your phone, you say, this phone's old. But yet it does the same thing. I want to share an article written by a man by the name of Mark Harris from 2017 from the Wired website. It's of emergence in the future dominance AI will have in this country and the world. The article about a man by the name of Anthony Lewandowski, a Silicon Valley researcher and a leader of the new AI religion. He calls the way of the future. This is the name of his group or his organization. It's called the way of the future. He makes a bold and a chilling statement, quote unquote. WTF.
We'll focus on, quote, the realization, acceptance, and worship of a Godhead based on artificial intelligence developed through computer hardware and software. They're going to fund
God
research.
need with a spaceship?
Activities will focus on the
They will
realization
seek to build working relationships with AI industry leaders, have they contacted, and they're going to target AI professionals and lay persons who are interested in the worship of a Godhead
Disgusting.
based on
the
AI.
religion will seek to build working relationships with AI industry leaders, create memberships through community outreach. That's blasphemy. Blueprints of hell. To flood the community with this perversion. He goes on to say, what is going to be creative will effectively be a God. Not in the sense that it will make lightning or cause its hurricanes, but if there is something 1 billion times smarter than the average human, what else are you going to call it? You know, they have AI churches all over the world. All over the world. In Europe, in Asia. But it's not covered by the media. They don't touch it with a 10-foot pole because it's too premature. They haven't got the okay yet. But once the okay comes, then I'm sure it would, go viral. But not just yet. Not just yet. They have to wait for the whole world, society to be in a sedated state, a strong delusion, basically zombies. Then they'll roll out the idea, and also fiddly with all the churches are hollowed and boarded up. Then you could be part of the church right in the comfort of your own home, while the spreading of the gospel will be deemed hate speech. Hate speech. And it's deemed hate speech even now.
Once you give him the book, you're under arrest.
What have I done wrong?
You're not allowed. Against behind your back.
Can you
asked.
tell me what it is that I've done?
Absolutely, I will.
Give me
Absolutely, I will. You've been asked to leave, and you did.
Folks, this is what the United States is coming to.
You can preach on
You can
your
stand here and
own
talk
property.
about anything you want, but you can't talk about the Bible.
Let's not turn around.
In certain part of the country, they classify the gospel as hate speech because of our stance. So it's to the point now that if you don't bow down to their law, or you don't bow down to their ideologies and their beliefs, now you will be persecuted. You could be fired from your job. You could be kicked out of your apartment. Your home could be taken away from you just for something that you said. That the truth stings. The truth is like a hot sword that penetrates your heart, just cuts right through your heart, goes straight in, and it purifies and it purges out all the lies, just purges it all out. But nobody wants that purging, no one wants that cleansing. So therefore it's hate speech. Get it out the way, get rid of it, get it out of here, hurry up. Truth is garlic to a vampire, and the holy water. Holy water. The only holy water is from the pool of Shalom and the pool of Bethesda. The only two flowing rivers of water that have healing power, that has been blessed by the Lord. The Bible says in John 5 that there was a man that couldn't walk. He was at the pool of Bethesda. He was there just laying there because he couldn't walk. Nobody would help him in the water. He was laying there for 38 long years. The Lord seen him there and he asked him, will you now be healed? Will you now be whole? It took him 38 years to be healed. And the Lord took one glance upon him and asked him, will you be healed? That's it. So the Lord is asking you, will you be healed? We don't have time to sit around and wait at the pool of Bethesda. Wait for the next man to get out and to jump in. We got to jump in now. We don't have 38 years. We don't even know if we have another hour. We need to jump in now. We need to take a hold of the Lord now, because we're not promised tomorrow. I want to express my appreciation to all the listeners, and I hope that you continue to listen. God bless you and your families.
Be Neverland out.